Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Tab 59. Little update of what's going on. I hope you enjoyed the zombie apocalypse one, it seemed to have gone quite well. I might do a follow-on up on the zombie apocalypse about other defences that you can do once that zombie apocalypse that we all know is going to happen, happens. Okay then, so what's this one about today? Well, it's absolutely hammering down it. So we've not had rain for a while and now we're really getting a dosing. Hence, I'm in the study doing the video. Okay, so I mentioned before that Let's Tab 59, we're going to go out to Europe. We're going down, actually we're going to Bavaria. I've got some friends out in Bavaria in a beautiful city called Bamberg in Franconia. Fantastic people, fantastic place. If you've been down to Bavaria, maybe you've been to Bamberg. It was occupied for a while after the war by the American forces. Fantastic place, a lot of American veterans out there. Or even some American service people that are still serving may have been down to Bamberg. Absolutely fantastic. Not far from Nuremberg. Anyway, we're going out there, like I say, to visit some friends. But on the way, about halfway across, just over the Belgian border into Germany, is a Kamp Vogelsang. Now, it's Ordensburg Vogelsang, so it was a Nazi castle. It was built in the 30s. There was 4 of them, but one didn't get built. And Vogelsang is the only surviving castle. Hitler ordered these to be built in the 30s when he came to power, and they were basically going to be German cadets were going to go there and learn about how to be good Nazis and etc. And they did that for a while, and then war broke out in 39, and the German army proper took over the camp, and German soldiers were stationed there. Right up until 1945, around the February time, 45, American forces, 9th Infantry Division arrived there, and they captured the castle without a shot being fired, to be fair. I think the Germans were retreating by then, so they had a fairly easy time of taking Vogelsang. However, there is a bit of war damage there. If you ever go there, if you go online and look at it, just Google Vogelsang, and you'll see it come up, and you'll see some of the pictures. Some of the sort of Nazi German statues that there have been shot up. There's quite a lot of bullet holes, heads have been shot for some of the sports reliefs down the bottom. Anyway, after it was captured, the British took it over and had it as a military training facility in the 50s, and then the British handed it over to the Belgian army. And from the 50s right up until about, I think it was 2006, the Belgian army ran it as a military NATO training place. Mostly sort of infantry style stuff, but lots and lots of British units went there. A lot of British veterans may have been out there, whether you were regular, reserve, TA, whatever. It was a 2-week camp out there, and he'd done some unusual stuff. As I say, the castle's built on a hill, so the cookhouse used to be right at the top, and down the bottom was the accommodation blocks. And a lot of veterans will tell you it was like the 1,000 steps to death to get to breakfast every morning. And up by the cookhouse also was the Belgian Army bar, which you'd go and visit, and had some great nights in there. Now it's been it's been handed back to the German authorities. It's in the Eiffel National Park, right in the middle really, and it's open to civilians. Anyone can go, the public can go and visit it. You can also stay there. There's a guest house down there called K13, and it's called K13 because it was one of the old accommodation blocks, and that was designated K13, that block. And so now that's the name of the cookhouse. Sorry, the cookhouse, the guest house. So we're booked in. We're going to be staying in there. So I'll do some videos when we get out there, and you can see all this stuff I'm talking about. We'll go around. We're going to tab up them steps. We're going to let's tab to the top of those 1,000 steps of death. I don't know if it's 1,000 steps. Probably isn't, but that's what we call it. I might count them. I might even count the steps for you. So we'll have a good look at that. Do a bit of a review of the guest house in case anyone's thinking of going out there. And tell you exactly what it's like, the accommodation, food, etc., and what other facilities are there. So we'll do that. So yeah, get back to Kamp Vogelsang itself. When you went there as a British soldier, certainly, and you stayed there for the 2 weeks, there was a lake down the bottom. There's a lot of lakes, a dam down there, but there's a lake there, and there's like an island out there. There was ranges. I can remember flying GPMG across the lake at night time, doing a night shoot. There was also an interesting sort of fibber area, and they would get a tank. The Belgian army had this old tank and a big yellow bar across the front, and you'd stand and they'd guide this tank towards you. You had to crouch down, grab hold of the yellow bar and let the tank push you back keep your arms like that, and the tank would roll over you. And there was a couple of other ones. I think you stood in a manhole sort of type round circle trench, and they'd guide the tank track towards you. And then you'd put your helmeted head down like that. The track would just gently push you down into the hole. Another one where you laid on your stomach in a trench with a sleeping bag on your back, and the tank track would go over. You could feel it sort of rumble over you. And then he threw a petrol bomb at a tank, I think. There was a different anti-tank range, of grenade range there. There was also sort of a battle inoculation area. It was quite a deep, long, straight trench, and with barbed wire over the top. And you crawled out. You had these old sort of Belgian Army helmets on with a number painted on the side that coincided with a lane, like a swimming lane, basically. And you crawled over the top and under the barbed wire. And there was little pits now and again. As you got near, they'd detonate a little bit of plastic explosive to simulate battle. And at the same time, out in front of you, there was a couple of fixed GPMGs sort of firing over your heads. So you got that sort of battle inoculation feeling of rounds going over your head, little explosions going off. It was quite a cool thing. It was about a 100-metre crawl, I believe. I'd done 3 tours there. I went there in 1980, then I went back again in, I think it was 87. And the last one I'd done was 1991. And so I've done 3 tours out there of 2 weeks apiece, and it's going to be very, very interesting to sort of go back and have a look. And we'll try and do a really good bit, maybe 1 or 2 videos of different parts that we can find, and we'll bang them up when we come back. So also while we're out in Germany, like I say, we'll be in Bavaria and Bamberg. We'll do some tabbing around there, and it should be interesting. So keep an eye out for it. Thanks for your support so far, guys. I think I'm at 39 people who have subscribed. Please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. It's just going to help us grow the channel a bit more, and hopefully then we'll be able to do more and more things. More and more crazy stuff. More and more funny videos are coming. You know I don't always get it right, but I have a go. Anyway, thanks for your support, guys. And don't forget, let's tab.